Let me ask you something, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. How many times this week did you walk into a room, whether it's your bedroom, your living room, or even a Zoom call or a board meeting, and you actually held your breath? You put on that suit. I'm not talking about the blazer or the jacket. I'm talking about that act, that performance, a quick smile, you know, a louder voice, or an opinion that you swallowed because you just didn't want to seem like too much. Well, welcome back to this impactful channel. For those of you just finding me, my name is Zimika Hayobitoye, and I'm a Kingdom Leadership Coach. And I'm here so that the passion within you can be rightly equipped to lead without losing your soul in the process. And this awesome month, we are kicking off with a 4-week series that I call The Authentic Leader. So let's start here. This very juncture, the intersection of your marks and your mandate, and you know what I'm talking about, where you just have to show up versus what you really want to look like when you show up. See, the world teaches us that leadership is a role that you play, but kingdom leadership is totally different. It is the person that you are. When you try to lead from a max, you will burn out. You become resentful. But when you lead from your authentic, God given design, that's where the miracle will happen. That's where the breakthrough for your business, your home, and your heart will be rightly felt. So, I want to share with you a very powerful scripture, one that you're very familiar with. It's from First Samuel, the story of David and Goliath. And I want you to look at that very differently today. Remember when King Saul tried to dress David with his own hammer? The Bible said David tried to walk, but he was not used to King Saul's hammer. Here is the king of Israel, talking about King Saul. Is a very powerful and notable man in Israel. In fact, he had won previous battles before. And now he's handing David over his own portfolio, his own personal armor. And it was a tested and proven armor. It had worked for Saul, of course. It should work for David. But David had the audacity to say, I cannot go in this armor. Listen to me. That promotion that you're trying to get, that business model that your mentor is using and is making her millions, but when you use it, it drains your life. That parenting skill and style that you have been used to, you were even brought up with. But when you try to put on those shoes, you feel like a fraud. That is Saul's hammer. It is usually heavy, clunky, and it definitely will not kill your own Goliath in the battlefield of your destiny. We wear masks because we think that that armor will protect us. There's a thought pattern in our mind that makes us feel that if I act like this person, if I say it like this person, then I will look put together. All the messy part of me will not show. But here's the truth. People don't actually follow perfection. They actually follow transparency. People can actually sense when you are leading from a mass. They will only follow leaders that lead from a mandate. So what is your mandate? What is your unique assignment that God has given to you? It is that specific problem that you were born to solve. It's almost like a baby crying, and you, as the mother, can hear. Your mandate is the reason that you can lead in the way that no one else can. And when you know your mandate, when you know your assignment, You don't have to pretend to be the expert on everything. You don't have to pretend that you have everything together, or should I say, you have the strength of Saul. You just have to bring your smooth 5 stones to the table, and you will see the Goliath fall and flat. Now, remember David's authenticity, which was his refusal to wear Saul's armor, to wear the marks, right? Was that is actually his weapon. The ability to say that I killed the lion, I killed the bear. He knew what had brought victory to him in the past. He knew his history with his God. So I want you to grab a journal, or maybe it's your phone right now. We're going to do something very quick. Let's call it the Armor Audit. And this is going to be where I'm going to ask you a series of questions just right now, and I want you to put an answer to it. One, where is your life? Or where in your life are you wearing something that is not yours? Maybe a method, something that is not yours. Two, what is that one marks that you put on this week? Maybe it was know it all, the good looking woman, perfect mom. Three, now beneath that marks, what is the mandate? What is the one thing that you are actually good at that God engraved you with and He wants to use you to be a salvation to others? Write those things down, and those are your homework, because authenticity is not the absence of strategy, it is the foundation of it. As we continue in this series, specifically next week, we are going to dig deep into how to find your unshakable identity so that you stop looking in the mirror and seeing somebody else's reflection or something else that people expect you to be, but then you start to see who you really are as God made you. If this series, as we have started, is resonating with you, I want you to do me a favor. Share this with at least one friend who you think is also going to be a benefactor of these lessons. Let us just form a sisterhood as we bring forth revolution of real leaders. Don't forget to check the description below where I will share with you a free downloadable resource for what I call the Armor Audit Guide. It is your worksheet to help you to walk through this process in depth. So just pop in your email below and you will get it straight into your email. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Keep growing in grace.